Something I'll literally never get is when people are like, I can't cook. Like, what does that mean? Literally, what do you mean by that? Like, what does someone mean when they say that? If someone walked up to me and was like, make a chicken casserole, I couldn't just make a chicken casserole. But if they gave me a recipe, I could make a chicken casserole. Like, is it not just following a set of really basic directions? Like, I don't get it. Like, do you not just read it, follow basic directions and do it? Like, you might mess up a few steps or something, but if you're like past the second grade level, can you not just follow it? Like, it's not going to be perfect, but you're going to make something. Like, even if I'd never made anything in my life, I'd be confident that I could cook. If someone's like, can you cook? Like, what do you mean you can't cook? Like, you're too young to use the oven? Like, I just don't get it. Maybe you don't have an oven. Fair. Maybe you don't want to cook. Also fair. But it doesn't mean you can't cook. Like, you can pay someone to cook. You can buy your meals. You can eat ramen. Like, whatever floats your boat, whatever you need to do financially. But, like, to say, like, you can't cook, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
That's facts. And let me go here first, right? That's facts. Whenever I meet women, even phone as well, feel right, and she told me that she can't cook, it's done. On to the next chick. Like she mentioned here, feel right. Anyone can cook. Go on the internet, print out a bunch of flipping instructions as to how to make pizza, how to make pancake, get the ingredients, look at the step-by-step instructions, and mix it together and do what you got to do. Right? What do you mean you can't cook? So when you say you can't cook, that tells me that you can't follow instructions or you're lazy. And I don't want a lazy woman around me, bruv. I don't want a lazy woman around me, bruv. So you're either lazy or you find it hard to follow instructions. So if you find it hard to follow instructions, that's also a problem too. Anyone can cook, actually. Anyone can cook. You follow a piece of paper you get from the internet. So when I hear women say that they can't cook, cooking is hard, they are lazy, bruv. They are flipping lazy. So, brother, if they're lazy in cooking, what else could they be lazy in doing? Their hygiene may be lazy, bro. Do they shave their armpits? Do they shave certain areas? Think about it, bro. And I don't want a lazy chicken around me, brother. Break it down for us, Theo.
If a woman can't cook, I would just wonder why. How is she taking care of herself? And then I just look at her like she's strange. Like, why can't you cook? What's wrong with you? And I personally think that they just have very little to offer in a relationship and in their own life. And that's why they're talking about this, because they would rather order out or use money in order to attain something, in order to attain a goal instead of their own skill set. Again, I make a lot of money. Today I cooked twice. I've cooked twice every single day for how many years? I always cook all of my food. I don't understand what it is to not cook your food. When I was in Japan, I didn't have carry out even one time. There was no deliveries for food for us. We either went to a restaurant or we cooked at home. Usually I was the one who cooked. I don't understand why it is that they have this issue. I think they have very little to give. If she's in love with you, she should be like, hey, while we're talking and while we're preparing to doing something, let me cook you a meal or let me do something for you. It should be normal. Why is she having this issue of cooking? Again, this is why when Western women talk this, it's only Western women who are doing this. When Western women talk this way, I look at them in a very perplexed manner. I'm just like, what's your problem? Like, why can't you cook? Like, this is a normal thing. Why do you find it to be an issue to cook? I don't get it. The other point too is laundry.
Today I'm going to talk about the difference between dating in Brazil versus dating in the United States. Overall, in the United States, I feel like there's a little bit of a culture of women expect to be like, chased. We play games here, and I don't really like that. You will meet more people and women in Brazil that are way more humble. Okay. The humility factor was a totally different thing. Our society in general, there's a huge entitlement. Like, we're all entitled to so much stuff. And I think, it's definitely rampant in, women. And so it's a big difference there versus here. You don't get that princess, mindset in Brazil. And differences right there. Another thing is that, I don't know, on the dates I went on, I didn't see, I noticed girls don't take out their phones at all. They're just, they give you their attention. So at dinner, there was a pause, right, for a second. And I'm like, what's up? And she looks at me and she's like, you're so beautiful. And I was like, okay, that's different. And then, afterwards we were walking around, and then, we see a bench. She's like, sit down for a sec. I was like, all right. She was like, here, turn around. Let me massage your back a little bit. I was like, what the is this? Dude, this is crazy.
Wow, brothers. The part where he said that a woman called him beautiful, that's happened to me. I know that feel, right? I can't remember what country it was, right? But I remember being on a date and a woman told me, you're a beautiful black man. I was like, what? You call me beautiful? What's going on here? You know? You get that type of love when you're abroad. Genuine love, genuine care. The woman actually interested in you and your character, and of course your looks too. But it is a real connection. It's not artificial. It's not made up. It's not about what can you do for me or what I can do for you. It's all about, I like you, you like me. What's up? We have a dude here in Brazil, clearly will never ever date an American woman anymore. He's experienced that feminine touch and love. A woman in the date massaging him, calling him beautiful, giving him cooperation, giving him play. You can't go back to American woman after experiencing that. The same way that I can't go back to English woman after experiencing what I felt in Morocco, in Germany, in Japan, in Panama. Do you see why this passport bros movement is everything? It really is. It's life-saving, okay? It will open doors for you. It will breathe life into you.
I was just laughing because this is so true. The experience that you have and the experience that this man has, this gentleman, is very much similar to what I had and what I saw hundreds of passport bros in Japan and throughout my life have experienced. And once you experience this, you really can't go back because it's too human. And I want to make sure anyone who listening to this who doesn't understand the passport bro movement or been abroad, they might be saying, oh, that woman is doing this because of manipulation or he has money or anything like that. That's more a representation of your thinking and your culture. And if you go abroad, these women aren't thinking this way. They're actually thinking about making a loving family. They're like normal wired females. And they actually want somebody like this because he'll make a good father and husband. She doesn't want to date a bad guy at all. And these women will pursue the guys. They'll try to get him first, not for Instagram, not for look, but to make children. So again, I've referred to this before in this stream. IP knows the woman that I'm talking to right now. I just sent another photo over him. She called me handsome. She called me good looking. I was like, I haven't heard that in a long time. And I was flabbergasted because she's like radiant. She's perfect. So the fact that she said that to me, I was like, wow, okay, hit the jib again. Let's keep on going. She was, well, the way she thinks of it is that I'm going to be a great father. And she doesn't know how much money I make. She doesn't know my assets. She just knows I live in a house and I have a great gym at home and I've got dogs. That's it. But every time she talks to me, it's about family, how to extend her family. make a new one with me, make new traditions with me. She is solid. You guys should see this woman. She would straight out blow out most of the women you guys are dating.
Stunning.
She's a smoke show. Stunning. Classic. Stunning.
Things I do for my husband that most modern women don't agree with. In no particular order, number one, submitting to him. I don't look at me and my husband as equals. He is my head, he is my leader, and I respect and treat him as such. And there's nothing oppressive about it. This man treats me like a princess, and I love it, every single minute of it. When you have a man who you know truly has your best interest at heart, it truly makes submitting come easy. Not always easy, but definitely worthwhile. Number two, I ask him for permission on certain things before I do it. Let's say a group of my girls and I want to go out to a place that we've never been before. I'm not going to just go. I'm going to ask my husband if he's okay with me going before I make any type of plans. And that's out of respect, because if he's not okay with where we're going, or if he's not sure about the location, then I'm not going to go. I also wash his clothes, I clean up after him, I cook for him, I serve him his plate, and I take it back when he's done. I cater to him. I literally cater to him because he's the king and he should be treated as such. And I let him have the final say on decisions. I trust his judgment at the end of the day, and I know that he's always open to hearing and considering my thoughts, but at the end of the day, he's the man. I let him have the authority, let him have the final say on what works best for us. And even if things don't go as he planned originally, I'm not gonna go ha and laugh in his face. I'm gonna still be by his side and support him. It's okay, lesson learned. Now on to the next thing, period.
Amazing.
Oh.
You know, you got there first, Phil. I'm sure you got to say that.
That's usually how foreign wives think outside the West. That's exactly the way they think. And this is why I marry them. I want to marry them. This is why I want to be with them. They're delightful. And I'll say this, guys, because I've had this point. When she defers to you, your wife defers to you, and you fail, it stings. Because you remember that, and you remember that she deferred to you. And you have to be humble about that situation. And you as a husband, you will feel that. And then when she says she's going to support you even when you failed, you mature and grow as a husband. You're like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. Lesson learned. Okay, honey, I get it. I understand the situation. So it actually makes you grow as a husband if you're a proper husband. If more wives, women in the West acted like this, I would only use my passport for 2-week vacations, and she'd be next to me in first class. So, instead it's the other way around. I'm abroad, and then I bring my foreign wife back to the West every once in a while. She's still in first class next to me. These kind of women don't exist anymore. So hats off to her. This is a really great woman. And guys, go abroad and find women like this.
Facts, man. Like, you know, her mentality, right, is probably, brother, one in 200,000 in the West right now. Very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare. I'm surprised she talks like that. She thinks like that. Her mother raised her very well.